Hello, this is Friday's News. Thanks for joining us.
In this edition, 5 foreigners apprehended for illegal mining. Air Niugini outlines strategy to minimize flight disruptions, and Hirimwale Festival preparations underway.
Police Commissioner David Manning has confirmed that an investigation is underway into the alleged behavior of 4 police members on international deployment following an altercation with members of the public in Honiara, Solomon Islands. The investigation is under the direct oversight of Assistant Commissioner of Police for Internal Affairs, Emil Alpha, who is being flown to Honiara to oversee this process, to be undertaken in close consultation with the Royal Solomon Islands Police Force. Manning said all allegations will be thoroughly investigated. The officers in question have been restricted to barracks and are now subject to disciplinary investigation and proceedings. They will return to Port Moresby on the next available flight, where they will face disciplinary action. 5 foreign nationals have been apprehended in the autonomous region of Bougainville in connection to unauthorized mining activities at the Jaba tailings area. They have been formally charged by the Bougainville Police under the Bougainville Mining Act 2015.
The 5 have been formally charged with unauthorized mining pursuant to Section 343 of the Bougainville Mining Act 2015. The offence carries a penalty of a 1 million kina fine and up to 10 years imprisonment. President of the Autonomous Bougainville Government and Minister for Mining, Ismail Tarouama, confirmed this through the release of a statement yesterday. He said investigations are ongoing and that additional individuals, including local persons and other foreign nationals connected to these operations, will also be apprehended. To support the investigation process, a locally sourced interpreter proficient in Chinese was engaged to ensure the accused persons fully understood allegations, legal processes and charges laid against them. In addition to the criminal charges, all equipment and machinery used in unauthorized mining operations are subject to seizure and forfeiture under the Act and will be confiscated accordingly. The President advised that enforcement operations against unauthorized mining activities will continue throughout the region as part of broader efforts to strengthen regulatory compliance and protect Bougainville's mineral resources. He acknowledged the coordination across Bougainville Police Service, immigration officers, PNG Customs, and all officers and stakeholders involved in the investigation and enforcement. The President reiterated that all persons and entities intending to undertake mining or related activities within Bougainville must comply fully with all laws and obtain the necessary approvals and authorizations before commencing operations. Ruth Rungola, TVWAN News.
Digital infrastructure is vital to ensure economic growth is accessible to businesses, communities, and to every individual, regardless of location. Digital PNG's Chief Technology and Information Officer, Abdallah Nasser, outlined Digital's approach to achieve this at the 41st Australia Papua New Guinea Business and Trade Expo in Australia today. He said connectivity should not be the end product, rather the enabler, noting that when people are better connected, outcomes change.
We are not just a network operator, we are an infrastructure that we enable services as well, and this is when we talk about enabling services, we go back again to the value of that service. When we open an opportunity for the economy, when we open opportunity for the people to grow their own business, seeing a teenage opening his own platform, growing his business through mobile data, or seeing a small SME working on mobile money, to grow his community and to grow his payment platforms. This is what the operator need to do. This is what the operator need to enable in the country, and this is our mission in Papua New Guinea. And we are really committed to that mission, along with the government, along with the communities, and we are seeing this moving fast, 25% increase year on year in data connectivity in the country. Definitely we need different solutions, and when we talk about different solutions, we are opening up the market for competition. And again, this is what motivates us to invest more and to go beyond the connectivity.
The Mission Aviation Fellowship has provided emergency aviation support to communities in Bougainville following widespread destruction caused by tropical cyclone Myla. MAF carried out a 3-week emergency response, completing 77 flights, transporting nearly 300 passengers, and delivering about 17 tons of humanitarian cargo. Flights delivered food and medical supplies, supported medevacs, and helped conduct aerial surveys to assess flood damage and restore access to isolated communities. MAF says cooperation with government and relief partners was critical in supporting Bougainville communities during the disaster. Air Niugini will be recruiting more pilots to ensure there is no disruption to scheduled flights. Air Niugini's Chief Executive Officer, Alan Milne, who was reappointed in February 2026, outlined the airline's focus on improving its operational reliability.
In a press conference today at the Air Niugini head office in Port Moresby, Chief Executive Officer Alan Milne, flanked by PNG's iconic aviator and General Manager Flight Operations, Captain Granger Narara, brought to attention the focus of the airline under his leadership. Milne was asked about the frequent flight disruptions that inconvenience and frustrate the airline's customers and the way forward from that.
The steps that we're taking, Captain Narara is doing an amazing job bringing more pilots into our operation. So we have not just the pilots we need, but we have pilots standing by in case there's a problem or a change, that we've got enough pilots to operate the schedule. Our engineering team are doing everything they can to get more aeroplanes back available. Now, what we can do there, once we get an aeroplane back, we don't necessarily put it on a scheduled flying line. We can have it standing by. So if there's a problem with one of the aeroplanes that's meant to operate and it's going to take a little bit of time to fix, we can quickly switch the spare aeroplane in and get our customers away on time.
The issue of constant flight cancellations in the outside provinces of PNG was also on the agenda, with the Air Niugini CEO stressing that it's important they get Port Moresby right, or the other centres would suffer.
So it's all about that preparedness to be able to react to problems. New aeroplanes, spare pilots, so that we're ready to go. So yes, we have to get Port Moresby right. As soon as we've got that right, all the other ports will benefit.
This is TVWAN News. Among stories after the break, Manu Manu to build Lagatoi, and Japan shares cultures with PNG.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaroke, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, P&G é minha! Prime P&G made.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
You sabi to awesome condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Ting him, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no sabi long HIV status long partner blong you, or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banis him you yet na future blong you. This platok sabi ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Welcome back. The People's Republic of China presented $1 million in disaster relief assistance to Papua New Guinea yesterday to support recovery and reconstruction efforts following Cyclone Maila. The official handover ceremony was held in Port Moresby with Minister Councillor and Deputy Head of Mission at the Chinese Embassy, Pang Hanzhao, on behalf of the government of the People's Republic of China to Prime Minister James Marape. In thanking the Chinese government, Prime Minister Marape said the assistance arrives at a critical time as the government continues to support affected communities throughout PNG. He said the partnership demonstrates the strength of PNG and China bilateral ties and the value of working together in times of need. As preparations ramp up for the 2026 Hiri Moale Festival later this year, the Manu Manu United Church has been tasked by the Motu Koita Assembly to construct the Hiri Lagatoi. Manu Manu United Church was chosen after meeting the criteria following a rigorous bidding process.
The 2026 Hiri Moale Festival is scheduled to be held on Tuesday the 8th to the 13th of September 2026, and the Hiri Lagatoi is the centerpiece of this festival. The Lagatoi is the traditional trade vessel of the Motu Koitabu people. For generations, the Lagatoi has been the vessel of the Hiri trade. Manu Manu United Church in Manu Manu Village were assigned by the Motu Koita Assembly and the 2026 Hiri Moale Festival Committee to construct the Lagatoi for the 2026 Hiri Moale Festival.
This is an important occasion where I am going to officially launch the successful applicant to this Lagatoi construction. And a little bit history of the group that has been selected. Based on the experience of constructing Lagatoi, I think they have previously done about 2 or 3 couple of Lagatois, and they have a knowledge of how.
The selection was made following the conclusion of a public bidding process where expressions of interest were invited from Hiri and Motu Koitabu villages and community groups in NCD and Central Province.
And the applicant also came under the Manu Manu United Church. So the church is also engaged in supervising and overseen the construction of the Lagatoi, which coincides with my statement I did in the Elawala village. This fourth assembly will work in line with church. Whatever church programs, we will also contribute and we will also support. For that reason, we are now launching this construction of Lagatoi, officially launching it, and the successful applicant is the Manu Manu United Church.
Daira said they are working towards a deadline of the 30th of August. Following its completion, the Lagatoi will depart Manu Manu Island to Manubada Island in preparation for the festival on the 12th of September, when it will sail into Ella Beach. Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
Meantime, it was revealed that this will not be the first time for Manu Manu to build the Lagatoi. The Manu Manu people built the Lagatoi in 2010 and in 2024.
A little bit history of the group that has been selected, based on the experience of constructing Lagatoi. I think they have previously done about 2 or 3 couple of Lagatois, and they have a knowledge of how. And the applicant also came under the Manu Manu United Church.
The Japanese embassy in the country hosted its Cultural Day at Vision City Mega Mall in Port Moresby today, with the aim to share its cultures with PNG citizens while strengthening its traditional ties with PNG. The cultural exhibition included Japanese traditional cuisine and dishes, plus sessions on how to create the country's traditional paper flowers and outfit samples.
The hosting of Japanese Cultural Day in PNG's capital allowed PNG citizens to have an understanding of the Japanese culture, and is one way PNG and Japan connect on a people-to-people basis. Today at Vision City Mega Mall in Port Moresby, PNG citizens attended consecutive cultural exhibitions, including Japanese traditional cuisine and dishes, plus sessions on how to create the country's traditional paper flowers and outfit samples. Japanese ambassador to PNG Isanobu Moshinjuki revealed that the demonstration of Japanese culture in PNG signifies the cooperation and friendship between Japan and Papua New Guinea.
We are very happy to organize this with so many people from Papua New Guinea just passing at the corridor of Vision City today. So we demonstrate Japanese traditional paperwork, flower arrangement, and Japanese cuisine. Entry is free of charge, and many people are enjoying already Japanese food and also paperworks. Small kids are folding and making paper birds, paper animals. We are so proud of this cooperation and friendship between Japan and Papua New Guinea.
Parents, children, and young people who love Japanese culture through books and arts found the Cultural Day intriguing. Anime fans Brianna Ila and Michael Chen were among the attendees and shared their experiences.
Really good learning experience for people. So I think more people should come, and we should have more events like this with paper at this point. And just seeing everyone with kimonos, it's such a new sight and it looks really nice.
The Cultural Day ultimately is aimed at enhancing the economic partnership for development through people-to-people basis. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
In finance, the kina closed unchanged at $0.2298 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2223 $0.3040 Australian dollars, $0.1824 euro, and 34.95 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all closed lower except crude oil and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TVWAN News continues when we come back. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Kids in Papua New Guinea love to smile and spread joy. And when they smile, it lights up our world. Come on, Mom, it's you first. Do the 1, 2, 3. Wake up. Brush your teeth. Smile. Let's spread some smiles in PNG with Colgate.
Are you ready to get accelerated up? Freeway Motors got the hottest coffee tray Land Cruiser you've been searching for. Fully kitted diesel engine Toyota Land Cruiser dual cab. Adjustable steer, AM, FM, and Bluetooth for your entertainment and more. It's now or never. Hurry! Come into our 4-mile branch to inspect this beauty and get blown away. And live with a powerful, stylish, open-back Land Cruiser and drive in style.
Thanks for staying with us. The National Gun Buyback Scheme, announced in the wake of the Bondi attack, is facing some hurdles, but it's already having an impact on gun sales. Gun retailers in South Australia say uncertainty over stricter gun laws linked to the buyback has left gun owners and the industry in limbo.
Sales at this gun shop in regional South Australia have dropped by 80% since the federal government announced plans for a national gun buyback scheme in December.
I actually can sit in this business for days without seeing anyone coming in, so it's dropped off dramatically.
It's also having an impact on city-based retailers.
We have had some people fall out of deals that were already happening, and they've said, no, we'll leave it.
In the wake of the deadly Bondi attack, the federal government set July as the target for legislation enforcing a national gun buyback scheme. But South Australia is one of 4 jurisdictions yet to sign up after balking at a federal government push to limit the number of guns an individual can own.
And as it stands, we've got very good, strong gun laws in our state, and that's been true for some time. But naturally, we'll always assess our options, but at the moment, we are not rushing to change our position.
New South Wales and the ACT have capped gun ownership since Bondi. That's making South Australians nervous, holding off purchasing firearms until the government's position is clear. The shooting industry is urging the federal government to end the uncertainty by finalising negotiations with the states and territories.
Until we actually know the framework that's going to happen around Australia, we're just seeing a real downturn in businesses right across the country.
a downturn in an industry facing tighter restrictions.
A teenager who sent a violent threat to Melbourne's Jewish community is tonight under strict supervision after being released from custody. The 18-year-old last month pleaded guilty to terror-related charges 5 years after he was the target of a controversial police investigation found to have radicalized him. His parents are now preparing to launch legal action against federal police over the covert sting. And a warning, this story contains anti-Semitic language and details some viewers will find distressing.
Happy moments, now a distant memory. Their son, known as Thomas Carrick, has autism and borderline intellectual functioning. Worried he'd become fixated on ISIS, the parents sought help 5 years ago when he was 13.
Because of his autism, he could easily be exploited. So we went to the Victoria Police.
He was enrolled in a de-radicalisation program, but also became the target of a covert sting. An officer posing as two extremists spoke with him online. The teen was later charged with terrorism offences, but a magistrate threw out the case, finding the operation had radicalised him. Now he's pleaded guilty to publishing violent ISIS videos on Instagram and emailing an alarming threat to the Melbourne Hebrew congregation. Sent under the name Adolf Hitler, the email said,
"From Friday Shabbat time, there will be a shooter coming in at night and shooting every one of you f***ing Venom dead. I hope to see your burnt corpse on television."
While in custody the past 357 days, authorities say Carrick's fixation appeared to shift to women. Having served the maximum sentence, he was today released under the strictest supervision order the Children's Court can impose. He must attend court fortnightly, see a forensic psychologist weekly, and is banned from possessing weapons and using the internet unsupervised for a year.
Yes, we are upset, but at the same time, we are now more determined to expose what happened to him.
His parents are preparing to sue the AFP, alleging the agency discriminated against their son's age and disability during the 2021 operation.
For them to engage with that child as if they are an adult or as if they are someone who has no disabilities is a dereliction of their obligations under Australian law.
The AFP did not respond to the ABC's detailed questions, but the force previously told a Senate hearing it would authorise the same operation again.
There was a concerted 3.5-month effort by the CVE team, the Victoria Police CVE team, to de-radicalise him. The same set of circumstances, I would sign that again.
The family's hoping the case will bring change.
It should never happen to anyone, to any other family, to any other child.
All New South Wales public school students will soon get access to a suite of academically rigorous HSC subjects, no matter where they live. The state government is expanding its virtual school program to offer specialist senior courses to students whose schools don't offer the subjects.
Through your style.
Beaming into a live lesson alongside a teacher and students hundreds of kilometres away.
At the start I was a bit hesitant, especially because I wasn't used to such technology-based learning, but once I adjusted I found it really easy.
With dreams of studying medicine, Bega student Tasman enrolled in a chemistry course at the state's virtual college after learning her school couldn't offer it due to a lack of students.
I wouldn't have really had another option. I would have just had to pick another subject.
The college has been restricted to regional and remote students, soon opening to the rest of the state's public high schools.
We do our best to offer a broad curriculum of subject choice for students, but there are times when the student choice comes in as a very low number and the school can't afford to offer that subject.
Schools across the state have long struggled to find specialist teachers for some senior subjects. The New South Wales government says the expansion of the college will give students more choice, regardless of their postcode or the size of their school.
Matai wants to pursue aeronautical engineering and now won't have to do extracurricular courses or leave his school.
It's online, but face-to-face online. You're not speaking to an AI. You're not just given work and told to do it. And I feel like it'll be much easier for me to learn being supported.
This will be a really discrete need, and we'll monitor it and see from next year what the need and what the demand will be.
The expansion comes into effect next year.
Victoria Cross recipient Private Richard Norden has been immortalised at a ceremony in New South Wales with his statue and memorial unveiled in Gundagai. He was posthumously awarded the VC 2 years ago for an act of bravery in Vietnam in 1968.
58 years ago today, on May 14th, 1968, 19-year-old Richard Norden ran into enemy fire 3 times to save a fellow soldier and recover the body of another during the Battle of Coral Balmoral in Vietnam. He and the battle have been commemorated with a statue in his hometown of Gundagai, depicting their heroic actions, which earned him the Victoria Cross posthumously in 2024. In the statue is his unit commander, Joe Kelly, who Richard drag carried back from enemy lines. His son, Scott Freeman, said today at the unveiling, "It's incredible to see so many people turn out for his dad."
It's amazing to see what he means to the country, and to all of these other people who served with him in the army and the police force. The statue unveiling is a celebration for everyone else and Gundagai itself. It's amazing.
The statue will also serve as the only memorial depicting the Battle of Coral Balmoral, considered to be the bloodiest of the Vietnam War, in which 26 Australian soldiers were killed and 109 were wounded. Addressing the crowd in Gundagai today, Governor-General Sam Mostyn referred to the statue as a gift to the Australian community here in Gundagai.
The oldest colonial-era boat to ever be found in Australia is returning to public hands after being discovered during construction work on Sydney's metro. Its well-preserved ruins are giving archaeologists an insight into life in Sydney more than 200 years ago.
History preserved.
The archaeologists came straight in to start carefully excavating around the timbers we'd found, and it turned into a kind of 2 to 3 month sensitive archaeological piece of work.
This boat, dating back to 1790, was uncovered by metro workers at Barangaroo in 2018.
It's all Australian hardwood, and it was all coated in pitch. So once that was in the ground as well, it really created a good environment for it to be stable.
The site was littered with the trash and treasure of the time.
We've got glass bottle fragments, we've got lots of decorated ceramics, we've got bones that were remnants of things people ate.
It was likely used for a new era of trade in the colony between 1790 and 1830.
Anywhere from Newcastle down to Shoalhaven. Some vessels of this size even went out to Norfolk Island and down to Tasmania.
Careful excavation means the boat will soon be on display to the public.
Some pieces, as soon as you pick them up, bits are breaking off. Some pieces are quite stable, surprisingly.
Archaeologists and conservators are still trying to piece together who built and used this boat. But it's clear this significant find will shed more light on Sydney and Australia's history.
Because there's not many records from the time, so we have to just kind of put together newspaper reports, writings of the period from diaries and government records.
We're looking at hopefully having it reconstructed by about mid next year.
A delicate puzzle to put back together.
You're watching TV1 News. Next in sports, solo suspension opens door for Kiap and Ulalom retains spot.
Ready for the world, so is your Visa Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TVWAN Visa card.
From our homes, where every morning starts with a taste we all love. A taste that holds memories and sheds stories. A taste that can bring friends together. Made with care and loved in every corner of PNG. Inspired by our champions and rooted by our family values. Snacks, so crunchy and tasty, it's irresistible.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
Dad's gonna be home soon. Dinner's not ready. He's gonna be mad. Mom's trying her best. If it's not ready, oh no. I'm proud of my old man. If he can change, anyone can.
Welcome back. An epic showdown awaits this weekend as two Port Moresby-based franchises, the first-placed Croton Hella Wigmen and second-placed Moniplus NCDC Port Moresby Vipers, go head-to-head at the Santos National Football Stadium on Saturday, promising a thrilling atmosphere fueled by excited fans.
The Vipers Wigmen clash will be preceded by an equally enticing round 6 clash between the PRK Galfiso and the visiting East Nibriton Egma Gorius at 1 p.m, which should set the tone for an action-packed day. The youthful Vipers faced a reality check last week after falling to a star-studded Muruk side, and they will be tested again by the Wigmen this weekend, who are also in a rebuilding phase, introducing new talent following the departures and retirement of several key players. The experience of their halves Solomon Pukara and Lotte Kuman, particularly in their kicking game, will be crucial to secure a victory against an inexperienced Vipers spine in Ben Fege and Toman Pira in the halves and Ismail Vayake at 9. Both teams will rely heavily on their senior players to guide them through the match. The Wigmen's man at work Kopu Piju, who has stepped up significantly while playing at lock, will be pivotal with his running game and consistency. He will be well supported by Bradley Michael, Goy Sekipo at 9, and newcomers Kops Mesa and Ruben Yawas. The Wigmen also boast dangerous strike weapons in veteran centre Gilmore Paul, a former Viper, Benjamin Tony, and young gun winger Shedrick Wallo. For the Vipers, the focus will be on returning to the basics, sticking to their game plan, and just going through their processes. Execution will be key. The experienced players in the likes of Fedro Gene, Roger Kenny, and Sunny Lipu coming off the bench will complement the youthful energy of Joseph Cora and Norman Akunai in the middle, while the lightning Jeremiah Ben at fullback will be the man to watch from broken play. In the other Saturday fixtures, fans in Medang will flock to the Ron Albert Oval to support the red-hot MPG Cadets as they host the Anger Mioks. On Sunday at the Lay Rugby League Oval, will host a blockbuster doubleheader with defending premiers Lace Tigers to face a revamped Wapga Mount Hagen Eagles side in the main clash, preceded by a challenging matchup between PRK Mendi Muruks and Guest Resources Central Dabaris. Given both teams are currently in fine form, it is anticipated to be a closely contested encounter, with Muruks expected to edge out Dabaris. At NSI, home side Bindagorogoro Kalahanis will lock horns with Osilo Wagi Tumbe. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The PNG Hunters will have to navigate their round 10 encounter against the Magpies without their first choice, number 9, Trevor Solu, who is serving a 1-week suspension. This opens the door for Western Highlands talent Linchil Kiap to step into the hooking role for the crucial match.
The numbers were too strong.
Hunters number 137, Linkil Kiap, made his debut in 2025. He was brought into the squad following the departure of Judah Rimbo, but has been playing second fiddle to Trevor Solu, often regarded as an underrated hooker. Over the past weeks, he has been making waves at the Diesel Action Mobile Cup, where he played a key role for his beloved Mount Hagen Eagles in their recent upset win over the Dabaris. Kiap is excited for the opportunity to ply his craft at the QRL level once more, replacing Trevor Solu.
I'm a master taking role. Trevor, I'm report 1 week, so on suspension 1 week, so yeah. We just work hard, see the opportunity, just finally mix him. So yeah, one him up, Trevor lose him, walk na goal him, and for me step in this work for Trevor.
Acknowledging the pressures that come with playing at the QRL level, Kiap remains optimistic and ready for the challenge.
Yeah, a bit pressure, but yeah, I don't blow Damilo bench. I mean, for me finishing full 80, so yeah, a bit of pressure, but yeah, we still work on low to send all him pressure.
Kiap has received the green light from coach Paul Ayton to focus on his game and make an impact.
Yeah, just coach message him, go out, just make it work, trust him here. Now, just flow on them team. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. We trust him, all boys for me, our whole team trust me. So yeah, we just trust our process. So I think when we play ball now, I mean, all by supporting me as well. So. Yeah.
While Kiap recognizes that the pace and intensity at the Diesel Action Mobile Cup differ from that of QRL, he is confident and ready to embrace the challenge ahead. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
PNG Hunters prop forward Himsen Ulalom has secured his position for this weekend's crucial round 10 clash against the 10th placed Magpies at the Santos National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. Ulalom has been out for a couple of weeks due to issues with his fitness.
The lanky Tolai middle forward made his debut early in the season, participating in 6 QRL games, but faced challenges with his weight and fitness, which affected his ability to stay in the starting lineup. After missing 2 games to focus on his fitness, Ulalom successfully made his return to the team last week in the match against the Mackay Cutters.
We won't work hard, same weight to me come again, so yeah, me come again around 9 last week game, so yeah. First game I been alright because throughout 2 weeks out there, me work weight to me. See me after every training, or see me play runs, maintaining fitness, I mean all weights, so yeah. I'll be straight and I come again team and I'll be first game to me last week. So, yeah.
He emphasized that the extra workouts after training played a significant role in regaining his form. Looking ahead to the match against the Magpies this Sunday, Ulalom expressed his readiness to contribute to the team's success.
This weekend, I look forward to maintaining game to me last week. As me come back again, 2 days, I mean the 2 games out there. Me been workout fitness level to me come back again. Throughout weights for me, so now it's me looking forward for it's like a weekend game, but me game best to me now. Black Sim 2 points this weekend, so yeah.
Despite the Hunters going through a challenging phase, Ulalom noted that the squad is staying united, focusing on self-improvement and hard work ahead of the clash with the Magpies. He highlighted the additional responsibility placed on the forwards due to the injury to key player Koso Bandi, urging his teammates to step up and lead from the front.
As a playing group, I'm tight. We don't know are more outside noises. We play focus. We play how we play training, how game we play, how we play go video review. We play building. We play looking forward for week in and week out every game. So yeah, I'm looking forward for this game this weekend. So yeah.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The PNG RFL Academy program will celebrate another milestone this weekend with the staging of the 2026 Under-17 Boys Academy Grand Final between newcomers Gulf Academy and Mount Hagen Academy this Sunday at the Santos National Football Stadium. Gulf reached the finals in their debut season after defeating NGI Academy 22-14, while Mount Hagen beat Ley in a close 1-6-4 to top their respective pools, setting up this weekend's grand finale. For Gulf, this is a historic debut grand final appearance and testament to the success of their academic program, which was able to identify and expose the abundance of exciting talent they have in the province. The match is part of the expanded 2026 National Youth Program following 22 weeks of training. Meanwhile, in the Open Women Division, NTD meet Mount Hagen. Former PNG Rugby Touch representative and Rabaul Guria outside back, Ronald Bibican, is now enjoying a new chapter of his sporting journey as coach, trainer, and mentor for the next generation of athletes in East New Britain province. Bibican's colorful touch rugby background and Guria's experience playing at the elite level is rubbing off on the young athletes.
Bibican was in charge of the NGI Under-17 Boys Academy side that competed across the last 4 weeks of round-robin tournament, Pool A in Port Moresby and Pool B in Goroka. Coach Bibican took the NGI side deep into the prelim final for the Pool A challenge, but could not get past the flamboyant Gulf boys who took out the Pool A challenge in a tough hit-out. When reflecting back on his team's performance against Gulf and the overall tournament, Bibican commended his boys for their efforts, but pointed out the high rate of errors that cost them the game.
Mas planti manggiem, welcome through lo isla school program lo gele na Rabaul. So mi kisimol kam sam planting first time lo travel morning camp pilai na go beken very challenging, but big credit mi tok thank you go beken lo staffs, TMs na team lo au mi prepare na kam this far.
He said the young boys aged between 15, 16 and 17 have a long way to go, outlining the level of commitment and discipline displayed by the boys over the past 4 weeks of competition.
Like planting more 16, 15 years old, 17, so misa tok planting lo olga long pa time lo pilay. So lo side discipline when I'm like something all working the trainings, understanding, execution. So overall I'm all play good since game 1 camp finished today. Yep.
Bibican stressed that after the academy program, they will go back and continue participating in the school's program and the local competitions at their respective districts, mainly Rabaul, Kokopo and Gelegele schools competition. He highlighted that the academy program has captured overwhelming interest from young boys and girls in the local communities, especially schools which have been identified to be included in the program this year.
Plantel been miss out last year schools competition. So time all arim this group all come through under 15s. Come go now like trying to take out but I'm late. Oga talig something mi mas lo this group all well disciplined. Planting something and all working straight. That's why me plakam is this far.
Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
The Lay Football Association is making a strong comeback in 2026 with new leadership bringing fresh energy and big plans for the future. Ronald Ram is the new president of the Lay Football Association after a big election win earlier this year. He says his goal is clear, and that is to raise the standard of lay football.
One of the President Ronald Ram's first moves was to reorganize the leadership team with focus on better management, transparency, and accountability. On the field, changes are already happening. The association is moving away from shorter 20-meter games and returning to full-length matches. This will help players improve and compete better at national and regional levels. Another major focus is bringing back school soccer competitions after more than 20 years. Primary and secondary school football is returning. Under President Ram, the Lay Football Association is now building new pathways for young players to move from community football to top clubs like Lay City FC, Morobe Wawens, and Lay City Dwellers. Financially, this is a big year for Lay football. A record 50,000 sponsorship organized through Deputy Prime Minister and Lay MP John Rosso is supporting the 2026 season. This funding means bigger prize money for all divisions and long overdue upgrades to facilities. Plans are underway to improve LFA grounds and bring it up to international standards. With the 2026 season underway, excitement is growing at LFA Park. New leadership, strong funding, and focus on new development are helping Lay reclaim its place as the home of football in Papua New Guinea. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 Sports.
And now, the weather forecast. In regional forecast, southern, Port Moresby, mostly fine, partly cloudy. Popondetta, cloudy periods, then few showers and possible thunderstorms. Tumomase, Lay, partly cloudy with possible showers. Vanimo, cloudy periods with some rain or rain showers. Niugini Islands, Kokopo, Rabaul, cloudy periods with chances of brief showers. Buka, partly cloudy. And to the Highlands region, all centers, partly cloudy, then some rain or rain showers, except Mount Hagen, cloudy, then some rain, rain showers, and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas rough with east to southeast winds 25 to 33 knots. Solomon Sea, Bismarck Sea, and Pacific Ocean, seas light to moderate with southeast winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG, Indonesian border, to Daru, to Kiwai Island, Kerema, Yule Island to Hood Point, Samurai Island to Cape Vogel and all Milne Bay Islands, and waters of Finschhafen through Vitia Strait, to Siasi Long Island to Medang, seas 2 to 3 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of islands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And that ends the news tonight. Have a safe weekend. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by